Welcome, Shaggy.
Blessings and congratulations and all of them.
Congratulations. No, that's me to you. Congratulations.
You want me to congratulate because you have life.
Well,
and I'm saying
yeah.
it's health and strength and wealth and all of them things. We almost look on the glass half full instead of half.
Always, my ones is always at least 3/4 full.
And especially when the money up. So.
Well, Mr. Mayor, you're a friend of us, so I can always get alone. That's one thing when you have good friends. That's what good friend better than pocket money.
You know you're in the right room.
And that's my song right now too. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So Shaggy, congratulations on. Let me start with the Grammy. Congratulations on the Grammy.
Yeah, good thanks, man. That's the works. I mean, can't make it slow down.
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing because I know the work that you did with, of course, the 44876 album, the work that you were doing, the promotion you were doing, you were never home. You came in for a day, sometimes you came in for an hour, show and gone again, and it was back and forth. So for you to jump out of almost a year and a half of promoting that, finishing and then complete an album, and jump back into it right away. People see your success, they don't really see the work though.
Yeah, well, they want to see it because we've been up this morning. We actually did Kelly and Ryan this morning. Then we did iHeart presentation, and then we went to YouTube, and then I just got here for this, and I'm heading back to the city again.
Wow!
So we do another presentation again. So yeah, I just the works, and this has been what we do ever since. Right. I mean, so. It's kind of how you get the word out there and get it done. I mean, no stone unturned.
All right. So let's talk about the new album, and we'll start off with the name Wah Wah.
Yeah.
Why Wah Wah?
To be honest with you, I wanted something that embodies Jamaica and the culture of Jamaica, right? But was also very familiar to foreigners.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And my survey and my research, my due diligence, so to speak, kind of showed me say that most international people, they say, yo, Wagwan. It's like a Greek. It's like back then when a man used to say Irie.
Yeah. Wagwan is the new one.
Yeah. So no need to change the thing from IrieJam to Wagwan Jam. It's a new thing. Yeah.
Now, and to add to that, I mean.
Which is why you did Irie, because you wanted to broaden it.
Right.
Yeah.
President Barack Obama went to Jamaica and he said, Wagwan Jamaica. The first thing he said when he went to is Wagwan Jamaica. So it is universal now.
It's universal, but it's still Jamaica. It's ours and we could own it.
Right.
Which is everything down to the artwork on the album. If you look at there's a reason why the Porsche is there, and it's a classic.
Right.
So it's timeless. So it's still fly as old as it is.
Right.
Just like the artist that stands in front of it.
And speaking of that, speaking of age, man. I mean, I went to the restaurant. I went to Genesis today.
Yeah.
This morning. All right.
Yeah. Can't eat more fries up now.
And the first thing they said to me is that, "Boy, your friend Shaggy still look young." And I'm saying because they watch you grow.
Yeah.
You know. So the ladies in the Genesis is like, "Well, what's Shaggy this morning?" And when one thing about we as Jamaicans, when anybody from Jamaica is on TV. The Jamaican come out, you know. If we have flag, we start wave it, we start make up pure nice. Yeah. So the restaurant was going crazy this morning when you were on TV.
Oh, bless.
And the ladies were saying, but Shaggy has not changed. He still looks the same way, and he's still always making us proud.
And they're being kind, because to me, if me have to judge myself is, well, you know, we as human beings find more flaws with ourselves than people who find flaws with us. So, but I still look at it. Now you get into an age where you have to work at it. One time you never have to work at it.
It was simple.
Yeah, it's simple. Like you know, you use a boy with on your bicycle regular.
Yes.
And
I never had to do it.
Yeah, back in the day I never had to do it. Yeah. So now when you start, but a 5-0 they lick you. You have to start eat different and it's now become a lifestyle. You have to start getting into a certain lifestyle now and change. So young people know not to look forward to. But be happy if you make it this far.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Now, while promoting 44876, you were working on this album. How long?
No, actually, I wasn't.
How long did it take to do?
No. The album was done already. from before 4876. So
Okay.
it was an album that was already finished. It was going to release at the top of the year.
Right.
And then when Sting approached me, because the Sting album really started out as me trying to help Sting to make a reggae album.
Okay.
It wasn't a Sting and Shaggy album.
Mhm.
It was me helping him to make a Sting reggae album. They came to me to make an album, and Martin Kurzenbaum, who is Sting's manager and who's now my manager, was my A&R for years.
Okay.
And Martin knew when it come to making a reggae album, the man to call. So he called me. I said, yo, I convinced him, because he wanted to go to Jamaica and do it on Red.
Right.
I said, no, use my team.
Right.
And I played him for all the time in music on the type. I said, yo, let me do it. And for them to buy into my team,
Right.
we did one song. If you listen to 4486, there's one song on there. The last song I think on there with just Sting alone upon it.
Mhm.
Right? That was a song that they sent to us and asked the team to actually do.
Okay.
And and I said, I gave it to them. I said, yo, you nail that song, you'll get the project. And they nailed the song between Dwayne and Wayne and the team. They basically did the whole song.
Right.
And Sting finished. They did the whole song, and it became this. They loved it. Sting from the Police loved it, and say, hey, all right, well, you know what? Cool. We could do it in New York with Shaggy's team. You know what I mean? And I was just there to maneuver the whole thing.
Mhm.
And while maneuvering the whole thing, because the relationship is really between me and Sting and Martin,
Right.
not with Dwayne or
Right.
the rest of them. So I was kind of the guy that's there to make sure everybody comfortable. And
Right.
in doing that, Sting might ask me to do a song here, another song here, another song. Next minute, put up on like 8, 9 songs. And I said, Sting, but you have to take me off. Give me 1 or 2 songs, and I said, but I like the whole of them. And at the end of the day, so what? Whenever do know, I like the whole of them. I'd rather keep it. So he came with the idea of actually doing it as a joint project.
Right.
That now means I'm going to have to take my project and put it on hold.
Okay.
And I was ready to come out. So I had to go talk to D from 300 and say, hey, I'm going to put this Sting album out first, with Shaggy and Sting first. And, that will have to wait till next year. And that's kind of what happened. But when it came around to this now for a release now, the year end back, once I'm done with the Sting tours and the album was out and 44876 on the tour and all of that, I had to now deliver this album back to 300.
Mhm.
And the album they had, when I listened it wasn't where I was in life anymore. I'd learned so much. I'd moved to, and you, especially you being as close to me,
Now,
there were a lot of changes
Right.
in my life.
And
So I had to change.
and I also, when you call me to listen to this album,
Mhm.
I'm like, so what happened to the song I heard?
Exactly.
What happened to that song? What happened to that song? You said that you did the whole
Right.
entire album.
And it took me 7 days to actually sit there and write new songs all over again, and made new songs in 7 days, and it just poured out of me. And I wanted to write all of it myself. I didn't want to collaborate. I didn't want to write to nobody. I just want to do it by myself.
So, the journey, did it make you have more things that you wanted to say that you wanted to get out?
No, there was a lot of things that happened within my whole team, and I mean, obviously, it's pretty much no secret. I lost about 5 people within my whole team.
Mhm.
Some of them were with me as far as 30 years.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's probably one of the hardest things. There's a lot of hurt there for me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? A lot of stuff, but at this point, you have to move on. You know what I mean? You have to get and I had to express a lot of it.
Right.
Not just on the record, but I also had to validate me again, because there was a lot of insecurity where I was concerned, because you have to be careful how you work in a life, because there are people who themselves have insecurities, and they'll bring their insecurities on you, and you'll be insecure. So it took somebody like Sting, from the Police, to come to me and made me secure again, because here's a guy that is 150 million sales, 19 Grammys.
Yeah.
One of the greatest songwriters in the world, but he's following my lead.
Mhm.
He thinks I'm great. He thinks, he's building his show around me. He's going on tour with me and splitting everything with me half.
Yeah.
He's, you know what I mean? And then it makes you evaluate the people around you now who are themselves, you know, probably insecure within themselves, and they're saying and they're not giving you that kind of respect. They're not giving you that kind of, you know. So you're saying you got value. So hold up, wait. What have you all accomplished outside of me to give you that? That props for saying, you know what I'm saying? So it made me start think on the whole thing, and you know, you still try to kind of rap. So it mess up with your self-esteem at the same time.
You know, because we speak a lot. You're one of the few artists that will call me if you're on a plane, off a plane, anywhere you're in the world. When I call you, I've never called you if you're about to walk up on the Grammy stage to get a Grammy and your phone rings. You always, Macaulay back in 5. You're one of the few artists I always call that always picks up. And I know from being around you and talking to you that that whole journey or that whole mishap, so to speak, it really bothered you.
Oh yeah.
And it hurt you. It hurt. I know that.
Yeah, you start with him from Jump Street.
Yeah.
You went up until of course I'm not emotionless. I'm not, you know. But at the end of the day, when I look at it, I have to evaluate myself and see my right from my wrong. I start realizing myself, say, yeah, I didn't do wrong. I didn't do wrong by these people. You know what I mean? These people, you know, we wrote Hot Shot. It was 11 people bought homes and started their lives. You know what I mean? When you look at their lives of where they are, what they've done to themselves, what they've made out of themselves. Some of them might screw it up. You know, I can't be responsible for how you spend the money. I can be responsible for how you make it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when they look at their lives, and to this day, their biggest accomplishment is still me. You know what I'm saying? But I've moved on. I've had bigger accomplishments since then. You know what I'm saying? So if you look on the whole thing, I say, all right, when me do outside of them and when them do outside of me, you know, that alone says it. You know
well, I'm glad that, because sometimes you know, if you're not strong, it can depress you and it can make you get into a box and not want to do what you know you can do.
Because my conscience was clean. Like when I thought about it and when I sat down and said, yeah, I was good with it. My conscience was clean. You know what I mean? So it bothered me that it saddens me because it become a family situation. I thought my children, I'm friends with them.
Of course.
And you know what I mean? They're uncles to my kids and all of that. So that's sad. But as far as me looking at the situation and being sorry about it, I'm like, nah, you know, I could justify what I did, and I could say, okay, you know what, it's time, you know, and nothing lasts forever. You know what I mean? That's not just life, and these people are talented people. They're within their rights, and if they're smart enough, they'll bounce back and do their thing. You know what I mean? But they got to have that drive. They got to be as hungry for it as I am.
And you're still hungry.
And that's what separates us.
All right, now. The single that we're seeing a lot on most of the shows that you're going on, you. Tell us about the collab with Young Man.
Well, you was more like a commercial single, to be honest with you. I mean, you can hear the vibe of it. It's got a commercial appeal to it. I used Alexander Stewart, which is a 19-year-old kid from Toronto. He's a YouTube sensation. He's got 1.9 million or something like that on YouTube followers. And he's co-managed by my current manager, which is Mark Kirsenbaum. And so I was familiar with his sound and the music with him from before. But for me, I needed somebody on that song. I had that song, you've heard that song like about a year now. Yeah. You know, and I wanted a sound on it. I know the record company loved it. I know, you know, the management loved it, but I couldn't find the right voice. And I said, try him. And we tried him. And he came back and he nailed it. And from that point, my head started to go, my mind started running from marketing to the whole 9 yard. He's a YouTube guy. He engages the younger audience. It works. You know what I mean? So I just that was good. So we kind of rock with that, and we're getting it's actually #1 right now on the iTunes Reggae singles chart. Okay. And he's out there doing his doing his thing, and he brings a lot of that flavor. Like he checks me on, like we take a picture this morning, and I take the picture, and I put on the filter, and I say, oh, you gotta post it here, I can't post it this time. I mean, he knows all that social media thing that I don't know, so it's good to collaborate with him because he does that.
All right, and he's also introducing to an audience that
a young audience, really young. He's 19 years old. He's got a lot of these little young girls that follow him. I mean, so it's cool to rock in with. When I go into iHeartRadio, you know, they you know, pop radio these days, they cater to a younger demographic.
Yes.
You know, so he's kind of my pass. You know what I'm saying, to get in. You know what I mean, so it works.
Indeed.
So but then again, just the song by itself is a beautiful song. Yeah. It's melodically a beautiful song. As far as lyrically, and just once the rhythm drop, that's straight dance all right there going in, you know what I mean?
New York City, I'm live with Shaggy. Do not move, don't touch it down. When we come back from the top of the hour, we're going to go to you. Yeah, you. Keep it locked. It's IrieJam Radio.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you, oh yeah. Rise to the occasion.
Right now, IrieJam. Make sure you view it on 362. Yeah. From the album Gwan, available now, out now. Go check it. This one is You featuring Alexander Stewart. Yo, DJ Ride, drop it on me.
You. Girl, I see you, hey. In a crowded room with noise, I hear your voice. With a sea of people, you're my only choice. Come on. From a distance, somehow you captured my heart. I've been hit by Cupid, baby. Cause all I see is you. All I see is you, girl. All I see is you.
Give me tunnel vision, it's like I got blinders on.
All I see is you.
And there's no doubt or question who I got my mind
All
on.
I see is you.
I think about you all day long, I wanna be with you all night. Come on. Through everything you hold me down, you're always by my side. Hey. When they try to plot and scheme to come between you and me,
All I see is you.
and in all honesty I decline respectfully.
Cause all I see is you.
All I see, girl.
All I see is you.
All I see, girl.
All I see is you.
All I see, girl.
All I see is you.
All I see is you. All I see is you. Y'all, you got the boom thing, I just have to confess this.
All I see is you.
I make them know no girl out the road can't try disrespect this.
All I see is you.
Baby, let me hold you tight. I wanna be with you all night. I'm gonna give you real love that you can feel when I dim the lights. When they try to plot and scheme to come between you and me,
All I see is you.
and in all honesty I decline respectfully.
All I see is you.